Thank you. Okay, so everybody, we have a full board tonight.
Hello,
Yes.
hello.
You can start, Chairman.
All right, so good evening, everyone. Tonight is the December 17th, no, December 14th. December 14th, 2020. Tonight we have 4 items on our agenda. I hope everybody's well. And this is the first item on the agenda is 23 Cedar Street and sign.
I'm promoting Scott Broccoli to panelist. Scott, can you hear us?
I can. Can you hear me?
Yes.
Can you see me?
Not yet.
All right. Sorry. Here we go.
Hi, good evening.
Good evening.
So can you state your name and if you can share the screen to see what you guys are proposing?
My name is Scott Broccoli. I own the Rare Bit on 23 Cedar Street. I sent everything in. I'll be honest, I'm not at all prepared. I'm home with COVID. I just got the email. I'm fine though.
Okay.
Yeah, mild flu for me, no big deal. But I don't have anything. I just got the email today about the meeting, so I just joined just to see what else if you needed me for anything, to be honest. I sent everything in a few weeks back, all the paperwork, all the certified mail, the forms and all that stuff. But I'm not prepared for anything else other than it.
So let me help you with the presentation then. I'll share my screen so we can look at your application. If you give me a second. Right, so basically, one second. There we go. So is everybody seeing this, my screen? Okay.
Yes.
So basically, we are talking about broccoli's luncheonette, basically, and this is existing, old and new.
Yes.
And I see that is the same configuration of the existing awning.
Yes, just new color.
New color. All right, very clear. Deepti.
No, I'm fine with this.
Okay, Brandon.
No issue.
Dale.
Looks good.
Paul.
Looks fine.
Thank you. So I make a motion to approve this signage for broccoli's luncheonette. Do I have a second?
Second. Yep.
Deepti seconds. Thank you. Did you stop sharing, Jennifer? Thank you. All right. So the second item on the agenda.
Have a great night, everyone. Thank you.
Yeah. Thank you. Good luck.
Thank you.
20.
Feel better, Scott. Feel better.
Be well.
Yep. 20 Cedar Street is a Sawmill Pizza. Anybody presenting for this?
Yes. Ray, can you hear us?
Can you hear me?
Yes.
Yes, I'm Ray Conta. I'm the owner of Sawmill Pizza at 20 Cedar Street. I also did not know that I was supposed to share the documents. I had sent everything in.
So Ray, I'll do the same trick. I have the.
Thank you.
Okay. All right, so this is across the street. This is signage, Sawmill Pizza 2. It's very straightforward. Used to be the Dobbs Castle Pizza to the Sawmill Pizza. Okay, so let's Brandon,
Yeah, no issue.
Paul,
No issue.
Deepti,
I'm fine.
Dale, Dale is quiet. All right, so
Fine, sorry, my mute, I couldn't find my mute.
okay, so I make a motion to approve the Sawmill Pizza sign. Do I have a second?
Second,
Dale seconds. Thank you so much. All in favor? Thank you. Let's bring the next item on the agenda, which is 253 Palisade Avenue. Anybody for?
Yes, I think the engineer is here.
Okay.
Can you hear us?
Can you hear me?
Yes.
Yes, Abed from Hudson Engineering. How's everyone today?
How are you?
Good.
No complaints. Just give me a second. I'm just doing a share screen. Can you see it?
Yes, perfect.
Okay. So we're here on behalf of our client for 253 Palisade Avenue regarding the potential installation of retaining walls in the rear yard to create a usable area in this area here in the back.
Okay.
The intent is to install a 4-foot wall, a drop down, another 4-foot wall onto the site. And then in addition to that, because currently the roof leaders for the existing dwelling, daylight to grade right now to kind of compensate for the fact that we're getting the walls in place to reduce the runoff coming off the site, install a Coltech system right here in the back that collects the entire house for the 100-year storm event.
Okay. Very straightforward. Can you give me the heights of the
Yes.
retaining walls?
It is no higher than 4 feet. We actually have a profile here, 4-foot max for the first wall and 3.97, almost full 4 foot for the second one as well.
And this is all railroad ties, right?
Yes. Accessibility to the site's kind of tricky, so we don't really have much of a choice there.
John, how much visibility of these retaining walls from the street?
I live across the street. I hear it's 0.
Okay, so that answers my question. Thank you, Brandon. All right, so since you open the comments first, any comments from you?
Yeah, I know traditionally we don't like railroad ties for retaining walls, but this is not visible from Palisade, so I don't have any issue with it.
Okay, thank you. Deepti?
No, I'm fine with it. Thank you. Oh, am I muted? No.
No, you're good.
Hi, Obada. How are you?
Good, how are you?
And how about Dale,
looks fine to me.
Paul?
Yeah, if it's not visible from the street, I don't see any issue.
Okay, so
And no neighbors or anything from South Lawn, right? Any neighbors?
No, there's no neighbors here.
so-
Can anyone hear me? I'm here. I'm the owner. No?
We
Yeah.
can.
Okay, okay. I didn't know if I was in. The neighbor to the west on South Lawn,
Steve Hunter?
Stephen Hunter, that's correct. I guess, if he were standing in his yard and looked through his trees, would be able to see one of those walls. Not super clearly, but just to let you know.
Oh, no, that's okay. I heard his comments already and they were in favor. So, and I understand there is no issues of water issues affecting his property. So it's fine. So I agree with Brandon. We don't encourage railroad ties, but in this case, since it's not visible from the street, I will have no objection. So I make a motion that we approve this application. Do we have a second?
No second.
Brandon seconds. All in favor?
Great.
Thank you. So thank you all.
Wonderful, thank you.
The next item on the agenda is 55 Hillside Road.
Patty, can you hear us?
I can hear you if you can hear me, and you should be able to see me.
Yes. Oh, no, you're
Not quite.
black screen.
Yeah, interesting. Oh, I know. Watch me. Now it doesn't focus, which is great. Hopefully
That's a good thing.
I'm going to share my screen so I can pull this thing up. I want to get the right one. Yeah. Okay, and then if I go slideshow, and I say from the beginning, can you see it?
Yep.
Cool. I think this is fairly simple. In fact, it's really just installation primarily of a terrace. This is standing. Hedges are along the street on South Lawn. The site, actually, this is just stuff the noticing, but here in the upper left-hand corner is what's there now. There is a walkway along the side of the house, a set of stairs, come down onto a bluestone terrace. It's like a gravel terrace, and grass kind of wraps around. And what we're proposing is keep the walkway, keep the stairs, and enlarge the flagstone terrace, bluestone terrace. All along the edge is will be at grade. We've played with it a little bit, so it makes it easier for somebody to walk in the yard with some steps here and some steps over there. I have a larger, well, this is the drainage. What we're doing here with the drainage, I think it's fairly clever. I think it would be a real mistake to try and focus the, that's a strange name, whoever's making it. The terrace could be focused to a collection point, but my experience with your homes is that it causes more problems than it's worth. So what we're instead, the roof area on the house on this side of the house currently drains to grade. And so what we're doing is we're picking up the roof, taking the roof water into the Cultec units. Plus we have a little basin here to pick up the water that comes down the driveway, which right now erodes through the Pachysandra. So we're going to control that, pick the water up, and the volume of water that we're picking up is much greater than would be the runoff from the terrace, which is semi-permeable. But I know that's not actually a review or concern maybe. So here's what we're really proposing. You can see it better at scale. We've pulled the existing terrace as close to the house. We've come out a couple of feet. We've got the stairs. We're wrapping around, making this squared off now a random shape. The other thing that we're doing is, and this is why I think we're actually before the Architectural Review Board, we've proposed building 2 retaining walls over in this section alongside the stairs. And what that gives us is a little cooking area so they can have an outdoor kitchen. And this is what's showing what those walls look like. This one is a little over 4 feet, but that's the highest point, and it's in the grade. This one actually barely see over the grade, and those are really not visible from the street. Here's standing again at the street, looking back. This cypress blocks the views of any of that pretty well. And I'll just walk you through the site. Here's the walkway. We're extending this curb along, making this a little bit nicer to walk along. We come to the stairs, we're replacing the railings on the stairs with something similar, but in compliance with code, which these are not. This is at that area where we'll be putting in the retaining wall behind this wall and coming down here. So this area will be level with the terrace. And then just some shots showing what's there now. This edge will come out to about where this is. And we'll have gravel along the base of the house. That's another view of that. And looking back, this is the gravel area. This will all become bluestone. Turning the corner, more of that stuff. Here's the back. This will all be bluestone for an outdoor sitting area, which I think will be really nice. And then we'll be adding the staircase along over here, keeping this retaining wall in place so you could come over on this side of the house and walk down to the yard comfortably. I think that is it. Any questions? You're,
Ayer, you're on mute.
Sorry.
no problem.
Thank you, Patty. Any boards questions? Any?
I just have a question about the 113 square feet of gravel between the two door openings.
Sure. What's your question?
It just seems, if those are actually stone cuts, you got some really tiny little pieces of stone there. I just wondered how you're gonna deal with the transition between the gravel and the flagstone.
Yeah, that would be, there would be a wall below this. But I understand what you're saying. I don't know if it's architectural. I think you and I are talking about what might be nicer. I have no objection to pulling this back and reducing that. I just didn't want to have this, I thought it was just going to feel really heavy to have the, bluestone all the way around up against the house. I was figuring this is something where we could set potted plants or something like that. So yeah, I can bring that. In fact, what we should probably do is
That's not the actual stone pattern. That's just a hash.
right. Yeah. So what we would do is we'd see where it breaks on a full. So it would be a half tile on the diagonal, and it's not going to be a diagonal. It's going to be a random rectangular.
Okay.
So we can bring that back so that edge makes sense and doesn't have stupid little pieces that are going to fall off and look like they don't belong. Good idea.
Patty, I have a question.
Sure.
Couple of your retaining walls look pretty tall. Don't you need a railing there?
You're standing on the terrace and you're up against the wall. You're not looking out. And here, you're not. If you walk down this, you're walking down a steeply landscaped area. There's no ability to stand next to it.
You have a topo because I can't tell which way is which.
Yeah, we don't have topo on this. But here, let me go to those photos again so you can see it. So this is where we're cutting in. So the retaining wall will be up about here.
Mm-hmm.
So if somebody walked down through the pack of sand, they'd have the wall in front of them, so they wouldn't fall over it. We have a code requirement. If by the time we were done with this, we ended up with a situation where the height of the wall was less than, I think it's 30 inches above grade, then we would have to have a railing and we would match it. But I think what we're going to try and do is grade this.
Grade against it, yep.
Yeah, so that we don't need a railing, because I think, the railing just kind of would look a little odd.
Not only that, I think it would look extremely busy, and that was my, that's what I was getting to, so.
Yep.
All right.
Okay. Paul, any comments?
No, I think it's going to look nice. No, I think it's pretty straightforward. Good presentation.
Yeah. Okay.
Thank you.
I tend to agree with the board's comments. So it's an exterior work well done, landscaping okay. The finishing of the retaining walls are in character with the house, so I have no objections. So, any more comments? Any neighbors? Anything else to add?
No neighbors.
So we'll make a motion to approve this submission. Do we have a second? All seconds. All in favor? Thank you. Thank you, Patty.
Yes, thank you.
And thank you for the Palisades. It's looking promising.
Thank you for saying that. We'll see what happens next on it. I appreciate that.
Okay, so I think we finish tonight's meeting, and motion to adjourn this meeting. And do I have a second?
Second.
50 seconds, all in favor. And I hope everybody has a wonderful holiday season, healthy, and enjoying whatever is the left of this year. We'll be meeting on January 28th, I believe. I'm sorry, on December 28th.
December 28th.
We have to see if we're going to have a quorum or not. So if you can send us an email to see if we have to reschedule or not. Problem is Zoom is difficult to sneak out, right? But difficult to be excused not to Zoom from wherever you want to be. So, but let's coordinate if we're gonna be meeting on at the end of the month. The other
I hear it's my birthday, so I don't think I'm going to be on.
great.
I have a couple drinks
Happy
in me.
birthday, Brandon.
Let's all celebrate your birthday with you, and so no quorum. So anyway, so let's circulate an email if we have a quorum or not.
Okay.
The other thing is I sent circulate for comments. This is already off the meeting regarding the guidelines for the historical guidelines that Steve Tilly prepared. I don't know if you guys